Well, we've tried our best, but with only one game to go in the season, we can only finish as high as second place. And if you told me that at the start of the season, I would have been very happy. Now, yeah, I'm not so happy about it. Hello guys, and welcome back to the 8th episode of Replicating Ranieri with Augsburg, where today we are playing the final game in the Bundesliga season, which in the grand scheme of things does not mean a lot. It's against Hamburg, and we don't mind coming away with a win, of course. We could go above Bayern, but I'm still riding on a little bit of a low after losing to Schalke and completely nullifying the chance of us winning the league. But you know what? We've done incredible with this squad, as I had said before. Since last time out, we haven't played any games, so if you missed the last episode, make sure you check that out. But if you can't be bothered checking it out, we did draw against Schalke and Bayern in the last episode. So, unfortunately, the chances of winning the league are gone. And if we had won both of those games, we would really be in with a chance today. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. Actually, if we won both of them, we would have been top of the table. So, yeah, that makes me a little bit gutted, actually, now that I think about that. Oh, well. This is the squad that we're going with for the last game of the season. Unfortunately, the captain, the Ginger Ninja, is injured. Well, not injured, suspended, so he's not available. But I still think that this side is a pretty strong one and should be able to win the last game of the season. Let's jump straight into it, and then we'll go through all the season review stuff, and hopefully we can find a good job next year to hopefully do even better than the squad. And of course, we need to look at the leaderboard, see how Augsburg do in comparison to the other squads that we have managed. The squad that we're facing today doesn't look too good, so I'm feeling pretty confident that we should be coming away with all 3 points. But last day of the season, we're not in great form. It could go either way. Hopefully we can come away with all 3 points. So Bayern are playing against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and also who's the other team that we would have been worried about? Oh yeah, Schalke are playing against Eintracht Frankfurt. So I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting to see what would have happened if we had won the Schalke game. If we won the Schalke game, we would have been on 71 points right now, and they would have also been on 71 points. It would have been a very intense end to the season. But either way, we move on. I've moved on. I'm over it. We're focusing on this game that we do have right now, and no chances have come our way just yet. I'm going to demand more from the side. After half an hour, it's pretty bland, I'm not going to lie. This is a game that for the longest time I was quite nervous about, because I thought that it would be a title decider and then maybe we'd slip up against them. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do come away with a 0-0 draw or even a 1-0 loss, something like that, away from home. I feel like these are the kind of games that I always tend to mess up in Football Manager. But right now we are the team on the attack, and a great ball goes into the middle, and somehow Julian Draxler puts it into the back of the net for only his 4th goal of the season. I have no idea how that scrambled across the line, but I'm not going to complain. A good ball in from Mustafa ends up causing a bit of a kerfuffle in the middle, and we pop it into the back of the net, which is what we like to see. We will take whatever goals we can get, to be completely honest with you. 1-0 at halftime. Don't get complacent. Let's keep going, and hopefully we can add to that lead. Augsburg are coming back at us right now, and they have a brilliant opportunity to score. And they do exactly that, but from an offside position, luckily for us. Hakimi, not the one that you're thinking of, but oh, what a ball that was from their player. As you can see, just in the top corner, he is a wee bit offside there. I'm going to take their word for it. Not that I could really see him in the frame there, but that's okay. I think we're going to make our first substitute of the game, and who do we want to bring on? I feel like I should be making a substitute. Yeah, I'll bring him on. Move Fekir off and do this. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Yep, why not? We're building out from the back, as we love to do, to start this move off. Hopefully it does end up leading to us moving all the way up to the other side of the field like we are doing right now. Harkham goes for the shot from quite a decent range, but unfortunately it goes just wide. I love that man, honestly. I think even though he's only been at the club for a wee while, he deserves to be the player of the year for me. But I wouldn't be surprised if Arp ended up getting it. I think that would be the only other player I would think would be able to get it, because, you know, there's not too many standout players, and that's actually what confuses me about this squad. we've got a lot of players that have been consistent throughout the season, but we don't really have any insane players, so I don't know how we've done as well as we have. I'm certainly not complaining, but it does make me a little bit confused how we did so well with this squad and almost won the league, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I feel like if we played this squad against our Real Betis squad, there would be no question about it. Real Betis would win in a heartbeat, especially considering the fact that Real Betis had a lot more financial backing, and I should be focusing on the game more. They almost scored there, but luckily for us it goes well wide, an open goal. It looks like Mustafa has picked up a bit of a knock there, so it might be his last contribution for us. And obviously for me as a manager, I don't think I'll be able to buy him back with our next club, which, I mean, honestly, I'd love to be able to do, but the chances of that are slim to none. But this is his last contribution as an Augsburg player with us on the managerial side. Unfortunately, his shot goes straight at the goalkeeper, but that's all right. He's an absolute star, probably my favourite player of the entire series, and that is saying a lot considering I only purchased him in January. He has made a significant impact since then, and I think we're going to finish the season in third place with a win against Hamburg away from home. A really good performance overall. You got to take the positives in life, and wow, going from the first place Bundesliga 2 side to the third place Bundesliga side is incredible. In just one season, a good win. Well done, boys. I mean, it's obvious that I can just sit here and complain that we didn't win the league and say how close we could have been and what might have happened if we won certain games. But at the end of the day, we have done an incredible job with this squad. We have turned it into an absolute unit. They will be in the Champions League next year, and I could not be more proud of them. We have received $75 million for that. What? Oh my goodness. And it's time to start looking at the job centre for our next job. West Ham, as per usual, up on offer, but 11th place this year, so they've gone up a wee bit. But you know what? We're going to simulate forward and find out who is our player of the season and do all that season review stuff before we resign and find a new club. And hopefully we can do a little bit better. Actually, no. We need to do one more thing. We're going to take a look at the leaderboard, which should be on your screen right now. And as we can see, Augsburg finish in second place on the points tally, which is very surprising. I felt like we were a lot closer to finishing the challenge with Augsburg than we were ever with Real Betis. But you know what? We still did an awesome job coming in at second place. Not quite as many points per game, even if we take into account that there is only 34 games in a Bundesliga season compared to 38 in a La Liga season. So we're still quite a wee while away from them. But nonetheless, I'm very proud with how we did, and I think that we can probably say that that is the closest that we have been, despite the points difference between us and Real Betis in this situation. The best 11 for Augsburg is out, and we do have a couple of players from our squad in it who has actually been inducted into it. Only Dalberg. Alright, that's alright. But there is Arp. Also, anyone else? Yep, the Ginger Ninja. Schultz, and that's everyone. But that's okay. We were only here for a season, and this is what we need to focus on. The player of the season, 74% of the votes. Wow, okay, that is fair. Arp, certainly the best player. I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, I would have liked Mustafa to get a couple more, but he was the signing of the season and the young player of the season. I think that's pretty much fair enough. Let's take a look at the best squad that they reckon that we have at our disposal, and I'm surprised that they haven't chucked Fekir in there. I was saying at one point, he was kind of just there, you know, he didn't do a lot. I mean, if I was staying for another season with this squad, I don't think I would sign him on a permanent because, you know, he was on loan for us, and I do love doing those loan moves. But we're going to do the end of season meeting and tell the boys that what do they want to do next year? What should they do next year, actually? I don't know. I feel like they should finish mid-table next year. They think they're being too ambitious. Mate, you're in the Champions League. It's okay. Yeah. Well, I don't care. I've just ruined the squad dynamics, but that's okay. It's time to resign and move on to our next challenge. Hopefully we can do even better with the next one. But it's time for us to leave Augsburg. Probably my favourite one so far. Actually, wait. Can I not resign just yet? I just realised that don't I still have to do the Bundesliga awards? Or are they already out and none of our players got into it? Player of the week, we don't care about that. Footballer of the year. Has that come out yet? I don't think that's out yet. Wait, what? 2003 to 2004? Oh, okay, I've got sorted by random order. 2003, 2004. Is that the season that we're in right now? What's the year? Oh my goodness, this is so unprofessional. I apologize. Oh no. Okay. Oops. Okay. Must respond. Yep. No, I'm not going to leave. Sweet. Simulate forward a few more days, and then we'll leave. Sweet. Okay. We'll resign soon. Sweet. I waited all this time. Up is the Golden Boot winner. That's good. But this is why I didn't resign. How was I not the manager of the year? Sorry, Stuttgart. Okay, let's take a look at the Stuttgart. How did Stuttgart do? They finished 9th. They finished 7th last year. They've gone down. And he is manager of the year. 41% win ratio. How are we being serious? Are we having a laugh? Do all their players have one leg? Nah, that's broad daylight robbery. I'm never coming back to the Bundesliga. It's time for me to go, not retire. I swear every time I go to resign, I do that. It's time for us to resign and start our new journey with another club which appreciates me and gives me the manager of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is where we're going to end this episode. I hope that you did enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the journey with Augsburg. I certainly did. And I will see you all later.